Hi guys, my name is Mayana. Welcome to my core. I thought it would be really fun if I did like a cozy little book haul. So today I'm going to be hauling some books for you guys. I'm like trying to hurry and do this before the sun goes down, and I don't know how long. I think I have like 15, I can have 15 minutes, I can have 30 minutes, I don't know. I really want to do like a cozy little book haul for you guys. I haven't done a book haul in a long time. I think the last time I did a book haul was for my birthday in August, so September. And these are books that I've accumulated since. Mostly are over the last 2 months. I've accumulated over 36 books. It's not that many. It's not as much I usually haul. I kind of want to like step back from doing hauls because I feel like wrap-ups and hauls and like what made booktube popular back in the day just aren't popular anymore, or at least for me. But I was talking to one of my best friends and I was like, I don't want to upload these videos. Like, I'm uploading for you guys, but I want to upload them for me. I like rewatching my videos. I don't know if anybody knows that, but I rewatch my videos all the time. I rewatch them multiple times when I edit them. Then I rewatch them when they go up. And then sometimes months later, I rewatch them. And actually, it helped me get better with my editing. I'm not saying I'm the best editor, but I was like rewatching my videos from like 2023. Yeah, I was like looking back at my videos and I was like, these are terribly edited, girl. And that helped me get better with my editing. But also I just really like watching them. I like seeing what I read. I like seeing what I bought. I went back to like seeing like how much I read of what I bought. So anyways, I don't have much time to be yapping, so I'm just gonna get into this haul. A lot of these are series. They're pretty much basically like high fantasy, sci-fi, and a little bit of romance thrown in there. So first, I'll just pick from this pile that Apple knocked everything over in. So I have The Eyes Are the Best Part. I read this book in a vlog earlier this year. I love this book. It was so much fun. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. This is about this girl who her father left her and her mom starts to date a new man and she doesn't like this new man. Her mom also keeps trying to eat these fish eyes for good luck, and so she does, but then she also ends up becoming obsessed with eyes in general, and she also ends up becoming obsessed with her mom's boyfriend's eyes because he is an asshole. And this was such an amazing book. This was perfect at the perfect ending. Like, this is just a perfect book to me, like the perfect horror. I like weird freaky shit. I do wish it was a little bit more queer, but other than that. Okay, then I have some romance books. So I have Sex, License, Sensibility, Pride and Protest. These are Jane Austen retellings, and these romances really work for me. I know a lot of people kind of don't like these. I mean, these actually are very polarized. Like, if you go on Goodreads, the reviews aren't great, but they aren't terrible either. And I gave this one 5 stars, and I think I actually gave them both 5 stars, but I just love this one, Sex, License, Sensibility, a little bit more. Like I said, they're Jane Austen retellings. This is Pride and Protest. This is Sensibility. This is about this girl who is protesting his business, and she ends up falling in love with the millionaire. He is Asian, she is black, and I loved her family. Her brother Maurice is actually getting his own book. It's actually coming out this year, and I love Maurice. I think that this family is absolutely hilarious. I cannot wait to see them again. Maurice also had a crush on the main character in this book, which I thought was funny. So she showed up in this book a little bit. But I'm so excited to get Maurice's love story because I think he's hilarious, and I cannot wait to see what he's gonna be like in love, and I want to see the sisters back. And then I have Sex, Lies, and Stability. It's about this girl who dad dies, and then she ends up moving to he has like this like he has something like a hotel or some shit, like a B&B, and he moves there and she ends up meeting the main character, Bear. I love Bear. He's like my type of man, like very, I don't know, I just loved him so much. Like, I love this romance. I know it doesn't work for a lot of people, but it worked for me. Then from Berkeley, I got First Time Caller. I have read this. I thought it was pretty fun. This is my first book by this author. I absolutely love this cover. So when they offered this to me, I was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, I want to get into some of the series that I have because I have so many series that I don't want this whole video to be series. So I have the Rhyria, I forgot, these are not called the Rhyria Chronicles because another series I have is, anyways, this is a Rhyria books. These are Theft of Swords. So I did originally own this book, but then I bought it as a box set because I don't know, that just made more sense to me, and because this copy was newer. I don't mind beat up copies, but it just made sense to me. I don't know, maybe it don't make sense to you, make sense to me, I don't know. But yeah, I'm actually on the second book currently. I read the first book, loved it, gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm reading the second book. I love it. I love Hadrian and Royce. They are the main characters in these books. These books are about these 2 guys who are mercenaries. They're sent to steal like a sword, and then they're actually end up framed for murder, and then they end up on like this journey. And like the writing is just very simple. A lot of people don't like it because it's not very challenging high fantasy. Like, it's very simple. They introduce like the magic and wizards and goblins and dragons and all that like slowly into the book. Like, it's not something that's there straight off the bat. Like, it's just you following these guys doing missions or mercenary shit. And so I like that. I love Hadrian and Royce. I think they're hilarious. They're the best part about the books to me. I'm not a character driven person, but these books could have these 2 just walking around talking in the woods, and I would give it 5 stars because it's that entertaining to me. I'm just gonna get the biggest series I have out the way, and that is, I got into Discworld this year. I've read 6 Discworld books. So I've actually read 1, 2, 3. I've read 3 of these, but I've read 6 Discworld books. I got the Witches and the Wizards series. They do have the Night Watch series, but I like those covers, but I didn't really care for them that much. So I'll buy those over the time. Death series, they're releasing the Death series March 11th. So I'm probably gonna buy that then. It's getting so much darker. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I got Discworld, and I'm loving this world. This might be my favorite universe of all time. This might be my favorite series of all time. I haven't given a single book in this series 5 stars. I've given like 4.5 out of 5 stars. But I love these world. I love keep going back to them. I love that, like, after I finish a different book, I can go back to this world. Like, I love that these have like themes to them. This is about this disc. It's like an earth that is flat, and it's on the back of 4 elephants that is on the back of a giant turtle. And I finally figured out the name for it. Okay, it's called Absurdist Fantasy. Okay, not like I kept calling it like comedic fantasy. No, it's called Absurdist Fantasy, and I love it. Okay, it's fun. It's not serious, but then it has themes at the same time, so it is serious, and I love it. It's like perfect for me. Like, it literally, like, this is genuinely my favorite series of all time, I fear. The Witchcraft Forever Girls, Berkeley sent me this. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I read this in 2024. I loved it. It's already out now. It came out in January. People are reading it. I still haven't really seen any people's reviews because I am scared and nervous of what people are gonna say, because last time I loved a Grady Hendrix book that I had in ARCA, which is the Final Girl Support Group, everybody read that book and it was like it was shit, and I was so embarrassed that I ended up changing my review, and then I ended up being like, no, fuck y'all, I really fuck with this book. Oh my gosh, it's getting so much darker. I'm gonna see if my light will help brighten it up. I kind of like the vibe, actually. I don't know how y'all feel. I like the vibe. When it gets too dark, then I'll change the lighting, but I'm liking this vibe for real. But yeah, the Witchcraft Forever Girls is about these teenage girls who get pregnant. They get sent to this home, and then the people in this home aren't really kind to them. Finding this witchcraft book, because one of the girls is like going through a lot, and so they find this book for witchcraft, and then it actually ends up making things worse, I fear. So they have to deal with the repercussions of that, and I loved it. I love these girls. I love these characters. I love this book. I love Grady Hendrix. Grady Hendrix is my favorite author of all time. I have this rule where I have to give 3 of your books 5 stars, and they cannot be in a series, and Grady Hendrix has well surpassed that. I've read his entire backlog. The only book I haven't read is Paperback Books from Hell. I'm not reading that. I know somebody's gonna comment on the candle and be like, oh, the candle's scaring me. It's a candle, girl. It's fine. I'm literally watching it, and the flames aren't gonna jump out and grab the books. It's okay. Then another series I got is Wheel of Time. I actually have more books than these do. So I bought them in boxes of 3. So I have these 3. Oh, I have books falling everywhere, girl. And then I have these 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are them all together, right? Oh, they're so beautiful. I love all the covers for the time. I love the hardcovers, and I am enjoying the series. So if this ends up becoming one of my favorite series, I do plan on buying the hardcovers. I don't know when, and I don't know where I'm going to put them. I don't know where I'm going to put these books. And I'm not talking about just these. I don't know where I'm going to put any of these books. Okay, so that's for future me to figure out. But I love these paperbacks. I love the taller paperbacks as well. Like, I think these have just some of the best covers. Like, they're so gorgeous. I'm actually currently on book 3, so some of them come in a box set, some of them come separately. I'm just gonna collect them slowly. That's what I've been doing, and I love having these books to read. These books are a little weird though, because the chapters will start off in like the middle of a page, but I think that's from keeping them from being like too thick, which I don't mind. I also, because I've been reading so much high fantasy, and because I've been reading so much like Stephen King, and then I was reading, hello,
Let me in.
yeah, so I got all of these. I'm on book 3 right now. I'm enjoying them. They're a lot of fun. I don't know, I love like slowly seeing the sun go down. Like, I think it's so much fun. More Rhyria books. These are Rhyria Chronicles. These take place before when Hadrian and Royce met, because they are so besties. Like, they are bromance. Like, actually in the second book that I'm reading, there's a scene where Hadrian doesn't want to be a mercenary anymore, and he's like, I'm divorcing you, you're single now. And I'm just like, they're so fucking funny. So this is about how they met and like their missions and mercenary shit they were going on before. And these feel so different than each other, if that makes sense. Like, this is very matte, and then this is very, can you hear the difference? This is book 1, this is book 2, and this is book 4, because book 3 is not being published until like this year, and for some reason. And then these 2 are published by Orbit, and then this is published by the author himself, because he calls his like little self-publishing Rhyria Entertainment, which I love, like, period. Okay, hold on. Let me turn the light on. I don't know. This is a vibe to me, but you might not. You might not agree. I don't know. And Memory Empire, because I did read this audiobook and I did like it. I gave it 3 stars, but I don't think I like the audiobook narration. I don't think that, I don't really know when I don't like an audiobook, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just like, not feeling the book, and I don't attest it to the book. And I didn't realize that until actually I started reading one of the Discord books, because I'm currently reading Death, and I love Death, and I had his own voice pictured in my head. And then when I was reading the audiobook wasn't matching up with the book, because Death shows up since like book 1. So for these books, I've had like his own voice pictured in my head, and the voice didn't match up with what I initially like imagined, and I wasn't really liking that. And it was like I wasn't really liking the book. I started reading an ebook on my own, and then I was like, wow, actually I really enjoy this. So I think I'm going to try to give this book a try physically, because I did really enjoy this book. It has a great premise, but there was something about it that I didn't like, and I think it was the audiobook narration. And so I have no problem buying this. Like, I liked it enough to buy it. So it's not like I bought it to read it. Like, I already read it and I liked it enough to buy it. So I just want to give it another chance and then go into the second book, because also it's been a minute since I've read this. It's been like a year and a half now, and I can't just jump into the second book. I try to be that girl. Like, I am that girl who will just jump into a second book, and I need to get out of that habit, because a lot of these books I haven't read for a minute. And so I need to either finish the series in one go, read them as they're coming out, or not, because I can't just read a book and then not read it for 3 years and then come back to it. Like, I'm gonna need to jump into the first book again and reread it. So I finally came to that conclusion. Whatever, we learn our lessons. They're adults here, we live and we learn, right? I got Graveyard Shift. I love this book. This book is a hit or miss for a lot of people. A lot of people didn't like this book. I definitely understand why. I feel like things ended a little bit too quickly. I gave it 5 stars personally, because I love the characters in this. I love the friendship. The found family of it all was amazing. Theo was one of my favorite characters. I love the guy. I love all the characters. I really relate to both of the female characters, Hannah and whatever her name is. There's 3 female characters. I didn't relate to the first female character that we get a POV of. I didn't really relate to her, but I related to the other 2. I really love the guys. Like, I just love the characters. I love the found family. I love like this like Scooby Gang feel. So this book is going to be for a lot of people. A lot of people feel like it ended too soon, that it could have been more, and I definitely agree, but that didn't hinder my rating, because I love this found family so much. I think that Emma Rio is amazing at writing found family. It's the same praise that I had for If We Were Villains, one of my favorite books of all time, is that she throws you into this book with these people who are already friends. You never feel like, why are these people friends? I have Twyford Code. I never talk about this, but I don't think I talk about this often, but I love Jenna Talent. I give all of her books like 3 or 4 stars. This one was a 4-star book, which is why I own it. And also I love these covers that she has. Like, The Appeal only has this cover in paperback, and it has a different cover. I've read all of her books, all 3 of her books. I think she has I don't know, it confuses me. She has some other books out. I don't know. I've read the Cult one as well, but this one is my favorite. So this one is about this guy who, he's like in this class, and there's like this book that the teacher has, and like one day it goes missing, and the teacher goes missing, and then he's in jail, and then the son, it's gonna sound confusing, girl. I don't know, read the description yourself and then figure out if you want to read it. I loved it. This was told from recordings of an iPhone 4, and I think that her mixed media is like really unique, but I thought that this one was the most fun out of all of the ones that I've read. Camera overheated, sun went down, we're battling a lot right now, you guys. Mickey 7. Okay, so this has a movie that's coming out. It's gonna be called Mickey 17. It's starring Robert Pattinson and Naomi Ackie, and it's coming out March. Okay, all I know is my brother works in a movie theater. I'm getting free tickets. I'm about to be sad. Okay, so this is about this guy named, this is also one of my favorite books of last year. I also read the sequel, you guys. I'm so proud of myself. I just don't own it yet. This one is about this guy named Mickey, and he basically is an expandable, which means that he can die and then regenerate, like come back to life, but like not in like, it'll be like a different body will pop up. And so basically one time he dies, but then he doesn't regenerate, and he's like, what the heck, he's not in a new body. But then a new Mickey shows up, and he's like, oh my gosh, I can take advantage of this, because he wants to be a normal guy and do normal things. And the people that he works for is like, no bitch, you signed up to be an expendable, you're gonna be an expendable. And so it just follows that, and it's super quick. It's fun. It's a fun sci-fi book. Like, if you just want like a palate cleanser, if you want a break, I gave it 5 stars because I just loved it, and I pictured Robert Pattinson and Naomi Ackie, and I think their chemistry is gonna be great. I also love Mickey. He's so himbo coded. I love, what's her name, Nasha. I love Mickey and his girlfriend Nasha, which is Naomi Akkie's character, and I love that she was written as black originally in the book, and they kept that in the movie as well. Like, I love this book. I love the second book as well. Like, this is fun. If the author just made this into a whole series, like, I wouldn't mind it because they're just fun. Like, it's, I don't know if it's technically like 5-star worthy, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like super amazing, it's not super thoughtful. It has great characters and it had a great plot, and and it has a great setting, and that's a 5-star to me. So, and then I got these two YA books, two books that I read at the end of last year. So I do this thing pretty often where I read YA books from like 2013 to 2017 because I feel like that was like peak YA. And so sometimes I'll go back and I'll reread my favorites, or I'll read a bunch of different books. And so I found this author, and her name is Jennifer Eccles, and she writes this series called The Superlatives. It's actually a trilogy, but I didn't care about the first book, so I didn't buy it. So this book is about this high school, and they have superlatives. It follows this friend group, and they all win a superlative. I think the first one is called like Most Likely to Flirt, and then we have Perfect Couple and Most Likely to Succeed. Perfect Couple was really cute. It's about this girl, her and this guy, they never dated before they won Perfect Couple. She kind of had a crush on him, and so even though she has a boyfriend, they kind of like start this fling together. They become interested in each other and they end up together. And then there is Most Likely to Succeed, and it's about the last friend in the friend group, this girl, and then the class clown. I have been looking for a class clown book for God knows how long. It's one of my favorite Wattpad tropes, and a lot of times I'll like look for my favorite Wattpad tropes in like published books to see if I can find them, and I could never find like the type of class clown that I want. And then I came across this one, and I bought them because I don't mind these covers. I think these covers with real people on them are really, really cute. Like, I think these are so adorable. I don't know, I don't mind people on the covers anymore. Like, I guess now that we've moved past it, and everyone hates like cartoon covers now. I don't care. Personally, I don't really give a shit. Like, I mean, I've been a reader for a long time. Like, I've seen the kind of covers that they can have. Like, I want to know what y'all think they should be doing, because what I've been seeing, you know, but I don't mind people on the covers. I don't mind book to movie covers. Like, I just don't put no stickers on them. That's all I care about. So yeah, this is my favorite. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This is the perfect book for me. The romance, the couple, the angst about sex and drugs and all these things. And I don't think that should be straight away from your teens. I think that it should be taught, and I think it should be taught to do it responsibly, which it is taught in this book. And it does have a sex scene in it, and it's definitely taught to be responsible. I don't think that kids should stray away from having sex in their books and things like that. I don't think that like we should have like this whole puritanical culture going on, because that's how we ended up with the pregnancy epidemic in the 90s, and that's coming from a girl who was a product of teen pregnancy in the 90s. I'm trying to tell you guys that trying to stop children from having sex does not stop them from having sex. It just makes them curious. Okay, I'm just popping in to say here that when I say children, I mean teens. To me, anyone under the age of 18 is a child, but I want to specify and say that I meant to say teens here because I know how words can get misconstrued and that people don't think about what people are saying when they say things, and they kind of hear what they want to hear and they get mad. So I want to specify really clearly that I do not mean children. I mean teens. I mean people from like 16 to 18. That's what this target audience of these books are. I want to specify that right now. Thank you. They're curious about it, they have no knowledge about it, and they don't know what's going on, they don't know how to do it and how to use protection and all these things, and then you end up with the teen pregnancy. Like me, I'm trying to tell y'all. But hey, I don't have any children, so what do I know? Anyways, I love these books. They're simple, they're fun. I don't think they're the greatest piece of literature in the world, but they were exactly what I was looking for. I hate that I have to defend myself like this, but I just feel so like, I don't know, these books work for me. Like, they might not work for you. And I know a lot of people read my recommendations, and so I don't want you to read it and be like, girl, this was shit. It could be. I don't know. Personally, I enjoyed them. This one was the perfect book for me. I thought this was really cute as well. Like, the first one, I just didn't care for all that much. But like, these two, perfect. Down to my last stack. So finally I'm completing my booktube horror trifecta. I have Night Film, I have House of Leaves, and now I finally have S. This is the original booktube horror trifecta. If you were on booktube back in like 2015, 2017, 2018, I believe, one of those years, 2015 to 2018, the Night Film, House of Leaves, and S were the most popular books in the book community. I own all 3 of them. I have not read all 3 of them. I haven't read any of them, but I've been wanting this book forever. I remember when people were hauling this book, people were talking about this book. Actually, I remember people hauling this book. I don't remember people talking about them. Even if I don't like this book, I'm going to keep it purely because this is a fun book, and I love having fun books in my personal library. But this book is a book within a book. So it's about these kids that find this library book and they're annotating it. And so it's a book within a book, and it has like stuff in it. Shit is falling already. It has annotations on the side. Like, it just seems very, and it looks very realistic. Like, this is written in blue pen, this is written in pencil, this is written in red pen. Like, it's just very interesting to me, and it has like stuff in it. So I really want to read it, even if I don't love it, because I was seeing the reviews, and the reviews were like, girl, this is boring as hell. So even if I don't like it, I don't care, because I just wanted something fun. And I'm pretty sure J.J. Abrams wrote this, and I'm pretty sure he like is a director. No, actually, I'm gonna finish off with the last Rhyria book. So this series is called The Rise and the Fall, and this is by the author who wrote Theft of Swords. You have those Rhyria books, Theft of Swords, that series, right? Then you have the Rhyria Chronicles, which is the beforehand. And then you have another series, it's a 6-book series that takes place before the Rhyria Chronicles. And then you have this, which takes place before all of that. So I bought these because these were in hardcovers. And the other series that I don't own as well is in hardcovers, but it's hard to find in hardcover, on Amazon at least. I didn't want to spend too much money because it's 6 books, so I'm going to do that later in the future once I get through this series. I have the first book, and I think these are all standalones, but like in a series. So this is book 1, Nolan, and I just love this cover. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And then I have book 2, Fairlane, and then book 3, my favorite cover of all. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. And this is actually a character that shows up in Theft of Swords. I think this cover is why I bought the series, actually, because it was like, this is so beautiful. And I realized that these also are really beautiful, and they're really beautiful together. So I just ended up buying them. That's why I bought them before I bought the other ones, because I think that these covers are beautiful. And now we're down to my last 2 books, finally. Britney Spears' autobiography. I read it last year. I did a video on it. It wasn't a great video, but I love this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I love autobiographies of celebrities that like I either know of and really like or am obsessed with, and Britney Spears actually falls a little bit in the middle of that. Like, I know of her, I listen to a lot of her music. I was never really obsessed with her though, but like I listen to a lot of her music, like not even just her radio hits, but like some of her albums. Like, I love Britney Spears, but I was never like a stan, if that makes sense. Like, I was a fan but not a stan. And reading this book, I just felt so much for her. I remember I read this when I worked at Ulta, and I remember I finished this book all within that shift. I started reading it in my Uber, and then it was a before work shift, so I didn't have to like, I could listen to my audiobook, and I ended up finishing it like within my 4-hour shift. Like, it was super quick, and I was just like taking notes in the corner for my video that flopped. And it's okay. I love this book, gave it 5 stars. And then the last book that I have to offer you is another autobiography, and that is I'm Glad My Mom Died. I'm trying to build up my memoirs. I love reading nonfiction. I like reading nonfiction about celebrities. I like reading nonfiction about things that I like. I read a nonfiction about pop culture, like pop culture, women pop culture or something like that. I can't remember because I don't own it. I read all types of nonfiction. It's one of my favorite genres to read because it's not just all self-help books and things like that. I think nonfiction can be extremely fun, and so I want to build up my nonfiction collection of books that I've read, because I do have a lot of nonfiction books or books that I haven't read yet, but I want to build up my nonfiction collection of books that I have read. So I bought I'm Glad My Mom Died because I did read this when it came out, and I loved it, and it was so hard to get your hands on because everyone loved this, rightfully so. And so I finally own this now, because this book sold. It said over 2 years. I remember when I read this when it came out, it took for 2 months for it to get back in store, and I didn't have a job or any money then, so I couldn't buy it. Thank you for watching this haul. I hope that you liked it. I hope that you find some books that you're interested in, and I don't know where I'm gonna put any of these books at, but I'm very glad that I'm building my series, and like I have a bunch of series to read. A lot of these books do have homes. Okay, a lot of these books do have homes. I don't have, like, I actually cleared out my bookshelf and I unhauled over 70 books. Like this stack here, these are all unhauls. Like, these are all unhauls. I just don't have anywhere to put them on my shelf that I feel safe for my cat. That's what I mean by that. But a lot of these books do have homes, and I'm pretty sure I can find somewhere to put them. I'm just gonna have to do a lot of maneuvering. Yes, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.